4. Eric in Los Angeles, number 1. The Illusionist's interview. "I was kept in a cage a lot like this one," said the illusionist. He laughed. He was handsome. "But, I went to high school in such different times. It seems like there isn't a kid alive now who hasn't been so coddled that they're useless. They all get told that they're unique, that they're precious, that they're entitled to a certain lifestyle." "Ha!" He motioned for his friend to look. His friend saw an adolescent boy watching through a chain-link fence. "Help!" bellowed the boy. "They won't let me out." He shook the fence. A journalist and photographer stood on the sidewalk with the illusionist and his friend. They all shared a laugh. The boy spat and hollered in the way that boys do. He pretended to cry. "Kids are so weird," said the illusionist. There was a drought in Los Angeles that year. There had also been a drought the previous year. It was a problem, maybe. "This is where I tried my first puff of weed," said the illusionist, whose name was Eric. Then he turned to the journalist and poked her in the chest. "Don't print that." Everybody smiled and looked around. They were now 2 blocks from the high school and less than a mile from the airport. Famous and influential people in the entertainment business flew above them through a cloud-free sky. Eric was famous too. "Now look," he said, "I think you can read my billboard from here. Mystery and thrills for the whole family." The photographer squinted. "I think you're right. I'm trying to read. Mystery and thrills. The rest is hard to... Oh, for the entire family. I see it now." The illusionist smiled. "Whole family, entire family, it's the same thing." His hair was an unnatural blue-black. His eyes were just gorgeous. "How did you become a magician?" asked a boy of about 6. Each piece of clothing that the boy wore, his t-shirt, his shorts, his hat, socks, tennis shoes, was its own explosively bright color. He was a rainbow lacking only blue, red, and pink. "I started off a lot like you," said the illusionist. "In fact, I lived right here, in this neighborhood." "Did you go to my school?" asked the boy, excited. A young man at the end of the block yelled in another language after him. "Probably not," said the illusionist, "but I got my start by reading tarot cards. I got my first pack from my older brother. Once I was good, I would take the bus all the way to Hollywood Boulevard and..." The man screamed again, more loudly, and the boy reacted immediately this time. "No, Papa, no," he yelled, chasing after the man. The illusionist looked at the journalist. The journalist shrugged, hit a button on her iPhone, and let it fall into the pocket of her blue purse. This boy, too, cried pretend tears as he ran. "I'm good with a lot of kids, I promise," said the illusionist. The friend punched him in the arm. "Why are you scaring away the kids, man?" The journalist nodded. "We'll get this done." The photographer was contemplative or annoyed. "I don't like these shadows." Within the half hour, a different boy ran up. "I'm your biggest fan," he boasted. The coterie of adults nodded to each other. A father came up after the boy and said, congenially, "It's true, he's a real big fan." "I want to become a magician too," the boy said. "Well, said the illusionist, "I had no idea this would be my career until I was way, way older than you are. I just knew that I was good at performing. And do you know what I did? Now, I might not recommend it because it's a little spooky, and a lot of people don't believe in it, but I read what are called tarot cards." "Yeah?" Eric avoided looking at the father. "See, the idea was that there are powers bigger than us, and that those powers would decide which card would come up. So I would draw a series of cards, and each of them would say something different about the same person's story. And while sometimes the card I drew from my deck would be upright, other times it would be reversed, upside down. And that would mean that there was something in the way, some block that was interfering with the energies of what the card represented." He had thought the boy would be thrown off by this speech, but he wasn't. Instead, he just said, Cool. I started mixing music on my friend's laptop. I think I'll be a performer too. It was a perfectly cute exchange in the end, with upward-pitched voices all around. All that was left was to take photographs. To be in a magazine, maybe, the Illusionist explained, but definitely so we can send you copies. The boy looked down while his dad stepped closer to him. Smile for the camera, said the dad. The son did not respond, so the dad pushed him. It was a quick movement, a startling little push like the one that begins a bar fight. But children can neither effectively fight nor effectively drink, so the son needed to smile. You never let me have my face the way I want it, he said, smiling. They are trying to take your picture, said the dad. It's okay, we recorded the cute stuff, said a waving of the journalist's hand. Your smile is fantastic, the photographer sang to the child.